In the quaint village of Dhalapur, nestled amidst rolling hills and fertile fields, lay a serene pond. This pond was home to many creatures, including fish, frogs, turtles, and birds. The pond's most notorious resident was Kamini, the wise and cunning stork. Kamini, with her long, slender neck and bright, watchful eyes, was feared by the smaller creatures of the pond. She had ruled over the pond for years, her sharp beak always ready to snap up a careless fish or frog. But as she grew older, her hunting skills began to wane and hunger gnawed at her belly. On the other side of the pond lived a clever crab named Kavi. Kavi was known for his quick wit and sharp claws. Unlike the other creatures, he had always been wary of Kamini's intentions, watching her with a careful eye from the safety of his rocky burrow. As the days passed, Kamini's hunger intensified, and she knew she needed to devise a plan to secure her next meal. One sunny morning, she flew to the center of the pond, perched on a rock, and began to cry out loudly. "Oh dear creatures of the pond," Kamini lamented, "I have terrible news to share with you all." The fish, frogs, and turtles gathered around, curious and concerned. Even Kavi, the crab, crept closer to hear what Kamini had to say. "What is it, Kamini?" asked a timid fish. Kamini continued her tale of woe. "I have heard from the wise owl that the villagers plan to drain this pond to water their fields. Soon, this beautiful pond will be dry and we will all perish." Panic spread among the creatures as they imagined their beloved home disappearing. Kamini, sensing their fear, seized the moment to propose her deceitful plan. "But fear not, my friends," she said, feigning compassion. "I have found another pond not far from here, full of water and abundant food. If you trust me, I will carry each of you there, one by one, to safety." The creatures murmured among themselves, unsure of what to do. Kamini's offer seemed too good to be true, but the fear of losing their home was overwhelming. While most of the pond's inhabitants were convinced by Kamini's words, Kavi remained skeptical. He knew that Kamini was clever and had survived for so long through cunning rather than kindness. He decided to observe Kamini's actions closely before making any decisions. From a distance, he watched as Kamini began her rescue operation. Each day, Kamini would carry a fish or frog away, promising to take them to the new pond. However, Kavi noticed that none of those who left with Kamini ever returned to confirm the safety of the new home. Kavi decided to confront Kamini directly. As she returned to the pond one evening, Kavi approached her with a respectful bow. "Kamini," he began, "I appreciate your efforts to save us, but may I accompany you to the new pond to ensure it's safe for my fellow creatures?" Kamini hesitated, her eyes narrowing as she considered the crab's request. She realized that refusing might raise suspicions, so she agreed. "Of course, Kavi," Kamini replied smoothly. "I was just about to take another creature there. You may come along to see for yourself." Kavi climbed onto Kamini's back, his claws gripping her feathers tightly as they soared into the sky. The pond quickly disappeared from view as Kamini flew over the fields and hills. Kavi kept his eyes open, observing the landscape below. After some time, Kamini began to descend, landing near a rocky outcrop. "This is the new pond," Kamini announced, pointing with her beak. Kavi looked around but saw no pond, only a barren stretch of land with scattered bones. His heart sank as he realized the terrible truth. "Kamini," Kavi exclaimed, his voice filled with anger, "you have been deceiving us all. This is no pond, only a place of death." Kamini laughed, her eyes glinting with malice. "You are clever, little crab, but it is too late for you now." Realizing the danger he was in, Kavi knew he had to act quickly. Kamini's neck was long, but her beak couldn't reach him as he sat behind her head. With a swift movement, Kavi tightened his grip on Kamini's neck with his sharp claws. Kamini squawked in pain and surprise, struggling to shake him off. "Take me back to the pond, Kamini, or you will regret it," Kavi threatened, his voice firm. Kamini, feeling the sting of Kavi's claws and realizing she had underestimated the crab's resolve, reluctantly agreed. "Very well, I will take you back," she croaked, turning back towards the pond. Kavi maintained his hold, ensuring Kamini kept her promise. As they flew, he thought about how to warn his fellow creatures about Kamini's treachery. As Kamini landed back at the pond, Kavi quickly climbed off her back. The other creatures gathered around, curious about what had happened. "Kavi, is the new pond safe?" asked a worried turtle. Kavi took a deep breath and addressed the crowd. "There is no new pond. Kamini has been lying to us. She has been taking our friends to a barren land and feeding on them." Gasps of horror and disbelief spread through the crowd. Kamini, realizing her plan had been exposed, tried to defend herself. "Don't listen to him. He's just a foolish crab trying to cause trouble," Kamini snapped. But Kavi's sincerity and courage had won the trust of the pond's inhabitants. They began to turn away from Kamini, understanding the danger they had narrowly escaped. With Kamini's deceit uncovered, the creatures of the pond banded together to protect themselves. They devised a system to warn each other of potential threats and worked collectively to ensure the safety and prosperity of their home. Kavi, hailed as a hero, used his intelligence to help organize the pond's defenses. He taught the fish and frogs how to recognize signs of danger and encouraged them to be vigilant. The pond thrived under this new spirit of cooperation. The creatures learned to rely on one another, understanding that their strength lay in unity and mutual trust. Kamini, realizing her days of easy prey were over, left the pond in search of another home. The creatures watched her depart with a mix of relief and caution, aware that they had narrowly escaped her cunning trap. To celebrate their newfound safety and unity, the pond's inhabitants organized a grand celebration. They sang songs and shared stories of bravery and cleverness, with Kavi as the guest of honor. The creatures expressed their gratitude to Kavi, thanking him for his courage and quick thinking. They understood that it was not just his actions that saved them, but his ability to inspire trust and cooperation among them. During the festivities, Kavi reminded them of the importance of vigilance and unity. "Together, we are strong," he said. "By supporting each other and sharing our wisdom, we can overcome any challenge." The celebration lasted long into the night, with laughter and joy echoing across the pond. As the years passed, the story of Kavi and Kamini became a legend in Dhalpur. Parents shared the tale with their children, teaching them the value of wisdom, caution, and teamwork. The pond continued to flourish, its waters clear and full of life. The creatures, ever watchful and united, maintained their community with care and respect for one another. Kavi grew old, content in the knowledge that he had played a crucial role in shaping a safer and more harmonious home for his friends. His legacy lived on, inspiring future generations to be brave and vigilant. The village of Dhalpur prospered as well, its people learning from the lessons of the pond. They understood that by working together and valuing each individual's contribution, they could create a strong and resilient community. The story of Kamini, the stork, and Kavi, the crab, teaches us the importance of vigilance, intelligence, and cooperation. It reminds us that deceit and cunning may achieve temporary success, but true strength lies in unity and trust. By working together and supporting one another, we can overcome any challenge and build a safer, more prosperous future for all. The tale of Dhalpur's pond serves as a timeless reminder of the power of community and the value of wisdom in the face of adversity. If you like the story, then subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.